another thing I think is people using, information that was shared in when someone was vulnerable.
Yes.
So if I told you something about me, then when we are fighting, you're using it against me to attack me,
Yes.
to make me feel, worthless.
Yes.
Yeah. So most of the couples, that's what they do, and which is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Hi guys, how are you today? Welcome back to the Love Corner Show. I'm your host Janet Kaluki. And guys, in case you're new here, this is the Love Corner Show, and we have 3 segments. There's the Love Corner Show, and there's the chat corner, the street corner, and here we talk about issues regarding love, that is romantic relationship, friendship, marriage, parenthood, and everything life. Guys, today on the chat corner, we are going to be talking about mistakes couples make when it comes to conflict resolutions. Yeah, guys, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe and comment, and leave your comment below, and also like and share with your friends. But in the meantime, let me allow my guest today, this handsome gentleman, to introduce himself. Yeah, welcome.
Well, I'm flattered for the comment. So my name is Christian. I'm a photographer, an entrepreneur, and I'm also a lover of life. You can follow me on IG at by Riley. So,
How are you feeling to be here on the show?
okay, I'm feeling quite alright.
Yeah.
I'm feeling,
And yeah, let's get down to it.
yeah.
What are some of the things that you think that couples, when they are resolving their conflict, they always like crash? And yeah.
Well, Janet, I think there's a few points we need to discuss.
Yeah.
And getting into these points is really crucial, even for the audience that is watching. These are things that happen every day. And since they happen every day, it affects every Kenyan, every person in this world.
Yeah.
So discussing it today will be a start to
Open minds.
open minds and communicating things that affect relationships.
Yeah.
So maybe we can start.
We can start. I
yes.
can start off.
Yeah, you can start off with the first point, and
and
I'll take on the next one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, I think one of the most one thing I think affects how couples resolve conflicts, or how they understand the meaning of why they are fighting. And actually, one, it's thinking that there's a fight to be won.
Yes.
There is definitely no fight.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, I believe if me and you are in a relationship, we are on the same boat, and our aim is to go further with the relationship, right? So I don't think that when we are arguing about something, it's always supposed to be seen or taken as a fight. Not, at the end of the day, I have to win over. Yeah, so what I think is that couples should understand that the fight is meant to bring them together, to help them understand each other better.
That is true.
Be better, partners to each other.
Yes, I totally agree with you, Janet.
Yeah.
One thing also I can point out is couples take too long to resolve conflicts.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't, there's always that saying, hit the road when it's hot.
Yeah.
So I think that is the best time to resolve it, because you might take 1, 2 days, 3 days, and it's really exhausting emotionally. With emotionally, it will definitely lead to the physical. You will feel like there's nothing you want to do. And until you solve that conflict, that is when things start to get better. So as couples, I think they shouldn't take too long to resolve conflicts.
Yeah. When that goes back to the couples, it will depend what kind of a person you are. Are you a communicator? Are you someone who is an avoidant? Because if you're an avoidant, definitely you look for ways to not speak about it.
Yeah. So I think in most couples,
Yeah.
let me not say in all, but in most couples, we have those two categories.
Yeah.
The communicators and the avoidance. Avoid, I don't know how we can say it, but
Avoidant.
people that avoid, yeah.
They avoid the conflict.
Yes, those people that avoid the conflicts,
Yeah.
you will find them in most couples. So the communicator will want to communicate about it
yeah.
as soon as possible.
Yeah, they'll be like, babe, let's sit down. Why are we fighting?
Yes,
They
yes.
want to find a solution so that, yeah, at the end
Yeah.
of the day, they know
Yeah.
when we stop fighting, it's when we can be better.
Yes.
And be better partners for each
yeah.
other.
Yeah.
So another point I think that makes couples to always like they don't understand why they keep fighting. That is a mistake that they make. It's when someone wants a proof of being, I want to show you that I'm intellectually, very
better,
smart
yeah.
than you are, you see?
Yes.
Because yeah, so someone wants to prove a point of being smarter than the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So with that, I'm gonna add ego.
Yeah. It's,
So with ego, you'll find like probably in the couple there's one of the partner that feels or just feels that gap of egoism.
yeah.
So will feel like he's better off
Than the other.
than the other,
Yeah.
and it's a waste of time to even talk about the conflict.
Yeah.
So ego leads to the avoidance.
Yeah.
Yeah, ego leads to the lack of communication.
Yeah.
So once we reduce the egoism and one stays true to being humble and to get down to the level of the other partner, they will be able to communicate better, and if whatsoever there is any conflict,
Yeah.
the conflict will be resolved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's I've picked a thing or two there.
Yes.
Yeah, that was so wise.
Yeah.
Another thing I think is people using information that was shared in when someone was vulnerable.
Yes.
So if I told you something about me, then when we are fighting, you're using it against me to attack me,
Yes.
to make me feel worthless.
Yes.
Yeah. So most of the couples, that's what they do, and which is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since you've mentioned that, I just remembered something, and with in every couple, there's instead of just communicating the problems with your partner, those problems go to other people.
Yeah.
So you will get to air out your laundry to other people instead of just getting inside your cocoon, your couple cocoon, and talk about it without having to go to a pastor, without having to go to a family friend or just your family. You can. I personally think that you can solve this without having to include other people. The only time you need to include other people if that relationship is toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've been violent with your significant other, that is when you need to involve other people. If you've been, how can I say it, a psychopath to your partner, or you have these psychopathic behaviors, that is when you can, as a partner, you can involve other people. So if there's risk to your life, involve other people. But if there's no risk to your life and you feel that you can solve this without other people being involved, please do that, because there's so much that can be ruined by involving other third parties. Yeah.
Wow. Hey, that was intense.
Yes.
Another thing that couples make a mistake on is one, always having like a record of wrongs done.
Yes.
So every time you have an argument, you're always bringing back previous conflicts
Yeah.
that you've already talked about and resolved. You're always saying, oh, you did this and that, now you're doing it again, you see. But the moment like you resolve a conflict, that's it. Should never be brought back. Yeah.
Okay.
So couples should not like have a record of wrongs done.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, I think there's always that blame game, like, oh, you did this that time, and then the other partner will be like,
No, it was you.
yeah, it was no, it was
It
you. I
wasn't
mean,
me, it was you.
yeah, it was. There's always that
Back and-
back and forth.
yeah.
I was about to say picky ponky thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yes, that is one thing that. Or one of the mistakes that couples make. So just stop with the blame game and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing is also going into a conflict with your mind made up. You see, like you already have made a conclusion.
Yes.
Yes, and
Yeah.
you're going there you're not listening to understand,
Yeah.
or listening to be able to understand your partner or to resolve it in a better way.
Yeah.
You're there actively waiting
Yeah.
to speak.
Yes.
And you're not even giving your partner humble time to explain. You're always like cutting them off. When they are speaking, you're also throwing something in there.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
overanalyzing and all. Yeah. There was also the point I've always wanted to discuss, and it's the throwing of insults during
Yeah.
arguments. Is, I think it's just bad.
It's so immature.
It's so immature, so toxic, and I don't think it leads to a good relationship afterwards.
Yeah.
Because once you've just crossed that line,
Yeah.
it's just a no-go zone.
Yeah.
Like you even lose the respect of your partner.
Your partner.
Yeah. So insults is something that shouldn't be during arguments and all. It should be a mature conversation between two mature individuals,
Yeah.
and just have respect for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think the last thing from my side that I'm thinking about is couples always belittle the hurt they have caused to their partner.
Yes.
The
yes.
fact that you've caused someone, you've hurt them, you've done something that's made them feel hurt.
Yes.
You have no right to defend it.
Yeah.
Because your work is to just listening. Yeah, how come whenever I say this, what really, you need to understand where your partner is coming from,
Yes.
and be willing to just hear them out. But do not be there to defend yourself. Oh, no, you're not supposed to defend how they are feeling.
Yes. Yes.
Their work is to just say it, and your work from the other side is to just sit in it and understand. And the least you can say is sorry. And most couples don't say sorry.
That is true. Most couples don't say.
The ego is so high.
Yeah, the ego there
you
is
cannot
just,
even afford the fact that, all right, I am sorry because I did this and this. You
Yes,
cannot
yes.
admit the fact that you did someone wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Janet, those were really good points. And one thing I can add on before we close
Yeah.
is the lack of a plan. Like, what's next? After the argument, what's next? Are you checking up on your partner? Is your partner working towards success for the relationship?
Yeah.
So when the argument is done and you back to the lovey-dovey
Yeah.
stage, there's no plan afterwards. There's no how can we, or what will we do in order for
Yeah.
us not to repeat these mistakes again? So normally I normally say a relationship takes time, and it's like a building.
Yeah.
And with every building, it needs a plan. So also in a relationship, we need a plan for the next or
Going forward.
Going forward, yes.
Yeah, you know, like if we did this, now we
Yes.
need to have a plan so that we can make sure that every time we do
Yeah.
not go the same route again. We
Yes,
keep
yes.
on fighting about the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I get you.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Christian, for
You're
being
welcome,
here,
Jan.
for coming to my show.
Yes.
It was really a pleasure.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
thank you, our viewers, for viewing this video till the end. We appreciate you, and thank you very much to Hollywood Company for shooting this video. And guys, please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and share, like, and tell your friends about it. Yes, that's it for now. See you on the next one. Bye.